What's happening everyone, this is Game for Your Life here and welcome back to some more CK3, and we have a new expansion pack that's just come out called the Northern Lords. Honestly, it is amazing. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't done so already. And in this run we are going to look at not only the DLC but one of the decisions in particular that you get to play as. It's a new game. So we're going to be playing as Halfdan Whiteshirt Vitsirk, I believe it's pronounced. The first wave of the invasion has gone very well for Halfdan Whiteshirt. With help from his brother Ivar, he has wrestled the control of York from King Illa's hands, and he will take so much more. Will you follow in history's footsteps and have your bloody vengeance, or stake out a new path for Halfdan? We're going to make Halfdan the strongest person on the planet. Let's start. Now, just before I do get into this playthrough, I just want to take a moment to say how amazing the multiplayer mayhem stream was yesterday. We played as Jorvik, and we were planning on, or setting a ground to create the High Chieftain of the North Sea, or the North Sea Empire as you might remember it as. But unfortunately, right at the very end, we did not get elected to be the king or queen, is the king of the Danelaw, so we resorted back to just being the Jarl of Jorvik, and that was basically the end for me. There was nowhere for me to go. It was too late game to just start anew. So we are back again now with Jorvik here, and we are at war against Northumbria, Mercia, and Wessex. Now luckily, so is Sudya, who is ruled by Ivar, our brother, and as you can tell from the DLC, you've got a bit more variety in music, more Norse Viking-like music coming here. You've also got a lot more decisions down here. Let me go through these with you. You've got your normal decisions up here: consecrate the bloodline, strengthen the bloodline, found a new kingdom, and then you've got negotiate the Danelaw. With negotiate the Danelaw, you basically create the Danelaw as long as you're distinguished and you have the highest title that you hold is less or equal to a duchy rank, which we have, and we also have the our capital, or the Earldom of North Riding, which is de jure part of the Kingdom of England. We have a valid opponent to negotiate with, which I believe is Alfred the Great. We must completely control at least 2 duchies within de jure England, and Norse culture has not reached the early medieval era. So this will create the Danelaw with whatever you own here. Then you can go to war against, it will also create England as well, so England will become a thing, probably, and it will be Alfred, well not this guy, Alfred. He looks very different now, and he will be the King of England. So places like Mercia, Cornwall, and Mercia, East Anglia and Cornwall may join England, so you've got to time it just right. You then get the decision to go to war against England. You can take land from them still, and then once you hold all the counties within the duchy, you can integrate that to become de jure part of the Danelaw. There will be an added decision afterwards where you can create Daneland. It has to be after New Year's Day 1100. And I think you have to be high medieval era, but you can then just go straight for the rest of England. That will be de jure Daneland territory. I'm going to skip past one in particular. We've got elevate the Kingdom of Man and the Isles, which you could do as Sudya. You would need to hold the Isle of Man yourself, as well as the Duchy of the Isle of Man, and it just creates a kingdom title for you, as he is currently a Jarl. And the only kingdoms you've got in here is Alba, I believe. Let's just check that. Yeah, you've only got the Kingdom of Alba up here in Scotland. Now, if you are playing as any of the Jarls in Scandinavia, if I just scroll over to them, you can try start taking the southern and eastern coast of the Baltics, which would allow you to forge a Jomsviking. A Jomsviking is basically the Vikings version of a holy order. Of course, you've got to be illustrious, you've got to be faithful, you've got to be asatru, and it needs to be unreformed, and hold any county on the coast of the southern and Baltic Sea. A few extra decisions right at the end. You've got hologram blocks, which you may remember from CK2, where you can sacrifice people to the Assyrian faith, and depending on how many or who you sacrifice, you will get either a positive or negative modifier from the populace and your court. Then you can also raise a runestone, which will give you basically guaranteed piety and prestige, plus depending on what the reason is for the runestone, you can get an ancestral runestone, which is plus 20 opinion depending on where you place it, a conquest runestone, which gives plus 5%, plus 5 per month control growth in whichever county you put it in, or clout runestone, where your levy size increases by 50% in whichever county you put it in. And all vassals that also use runestones will gain plus 10 opinion of yourself. But the one that we're looking at is right here. Secure the High Chieftain of the North Sea. Now, this I've already done in a stream before the DLC came out. However, I'm going to do it again for you now. The kingdoms of England, Denmark and Norway are a natural match. Rich, fierce and bound together by trade and noble blood. If only someone could overcome the individualism, wedding the three permanently. We'd get the North Sea, we'd get a strong hook on Mayor Halstein of Sheffield, not entirely sure why. We'd be known as the Great. The North Sea becomes de jure liege of the Kingdom of England, Denmark and Norway, and Mayor Halstein gains 50 opinion of you for 20 years. So we need to be illustrious, we need to be an independent ruler, which we are. We need to completely control the region of the North Sea heartlands, which you can see here. You only technically need half of England, apparently. You mostly need Norway and Denmark, excluding Scania here. Skåne, I believe it's pronounced actually. And you also need to hold it for 30 years. At least. First off, we need to sort out the immediate war with Northumbria. So let's raise whatever troops that we haven't raised already. And use both them and the special troops to begin to conquer Northumbria. Whilst I'm doing this, I'm also going to go for Majesty Focus to get some more prestige, because it costs you a lot of prestige in order to get to Distinguished, which is what you're going to need to declare wars. You're going to be wanting to take Mercia out as quickly as possible, and taking out East Anglia, and forming England, well, the Danelaw, pretty damn quickly. You've also got a few extra divisions here, so you've got Huskars, which are armoured footmen or heavy infantry, but I always go for the Varangian veterans, which have that extra plus in hills as well. Bondi, which are your spearmen, and also Vigmen, who are your archers. Then the rest, of course, are standard. There's nothing for light footmen, unfortunately. So I'm going to go get some Vigmen, some Varangian guards, and light footmen. Whilst I'm pressing up into Northumbria, just remember, try and keep your income above 150 or maybe even 300 if you want to push it gold, because you want to build some farms as quickly as possible. One problem that I did have when in the multiplayer mayhem stream was I was not making a lot of money at all. There we go, now we have finally ended the war against Northumbria. We've taken their lands, and soon our brother Ivar will take their lands in Scotland as well. Now we just need to divide up the country. Here we are, so we've got both the adventurer and pillage tree as well. So these will be an extra plus 30% diplomatic range, and the Dynasty head gains the ability to pay prestige in order to send away unlanded adult Dynasty members to potentially gain skills and traits. You can Send gift cost minus 50%, seduction scheme success chance plus 15, and gain prestige for successful seduction schemes. Strange gods, so different faith opinion plus 15, different faith popular opinion plus minus 50%, faith conversion cost minus 50% piety, and dynasty member demand conversion acceptance chance goes up by 50. Veteran explorers, enemy hostile scheme success chance minus 15%, movement speed goes up by 10%, and supply duration goes up by 100%. And decentralized rule can use the befriend scheme on vassals. Each of your friend relations give you plus 3 vassal opinion to 2 popular opinion and 1% vassal contribution to tax. As for pillage, sea wolves will give you plus 1 prowess, plus 20% naval speed, and prestige and fame from battles plus 100%. That is the first one that I'm going to be going for in this run for the prestige. Always space in the hold, army loot capacity plus 50%, defender advantage plus 5%, and max size for heavy infantry regiments goes up by 2, which is absolutely amazing. Practice kidnappers, so get gold from ransom goes up by 50%, and I can gain prestige when ransoming prisoners. More likely to imprison characters after a siege or successful siege or raid, making a killing. Enemy fatal casualty plus 10%. Gain gold for battles, so I will gain gold. It's 5 gold per 100 fatal casualties, and no quarter will give me a daily siege progress of 25%, and enemy counties lose substantial extra control when occupied. That's not as strong as the other ones within this tree. So let's build farms in each of our counties, well, when we can afford it anyway. And I'm also going to raise these guys so I can raid this northern border, or the southern border with Mercia. They're heading our way, so I probably want to get out of there as soon as I can. Oh, no, they're coming back, but I am going to win, according to this. Right, I guess I will continue raiding then, if I'm going to keep winning. There we go, we've maxed out with our raiding. Let's return back to get that 92 gold. Boom, that's lovely. And in order to make more prestige, I am going to go down the benevolent intent all the way down to August to gain more diplomacy, more prestige, and you get a bit of martial as well. And just looking at this, Burgred has died, although this new Mercia does have an alliance with East Anglia. That just gives me a chance to weaken East Anglia even more before I go to war against them. So I think I am going to, since I'm nearly distinguished, I think I need to be illustrious in order to go for duchies. Let's have a look. Yeah, I do need to be illustrious. So let's go to war against Mercia for Lindsay. Nope, Lindsay. Try and bump up our prestige even more. One thing you need to keep in mind as Jorvik is, despite you being so much more powerful than your enemies in England, these are all because of his special troops. They do not reinforce, you will lose them at some point. So, you know what, try to avoid battles as much as you can. There we go, we have rightfully taken Lindsay, or Lincoln as it's now called. Now we can negotiate the Danelaw at this point. To be honest, it's a sensible decision. I would go with it, because they all become de jure your land. You get more money, you get more levies. Let's send a letter. And you instantly become a kingdom. It is Scandinavian elective, so you just need to elect your player heir, and you will hopefully, unless it's like the multiplayer mayhem stream that we had before, be then elected to be king. There we go, and we can also use this opportunity to raise a runestone in order to, let's see, vanquishing foe, Petty Queen, Ethelswith, accession to the throne of the Danelaw. I could do both if I wanted. Can't really afford it though. And without a moment's hesitation, Yes, I shall ransom you. Oh, let's just do this first. Let's go with Firm Hand, because we are likely to build up a loss of dread as Jorvik. Currently we've got 20. There's no point in having her to be my concubine because she's probably not going to have any kids. Let's declare war on East Anglia. Cambridgeshire will do. Obviously that does bring Mercia into the war, but they are really weak. There's no point worrying about that. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, I'm not at a point where I can declare war, although I could declare war on Wessex at this point. But I don't want to declare war for just a county against England, and also I really need some money at the moment. So let's wait for these farms to kick in. We've got a few built already. Actually, they're all built already. I've got low county control, that's what's holding it back. So let's raise that. Now it looks like Mercia is at a point where they're ripe for raiding again. And we also have another border here where we'll get supply against East Anglia. Norfolk looks particularly nice. So I think I'm going to raise some local raiders and raid Norfolk. And then I'll turn tail, deposit whatever I got from Norfolk, and I will begin against Mercia. So yeah, I've tried this several times now and they're just not raiding. Hopefully this should be fixed in a few days in a new patch. But yeah, I guess we're going to have to find another way to progress and take the rest of England. Well, take Mercia anyway. Do we have a truce against anyone? We have a truce against England, East Anglia, and Mercia. So we're just going to have to wait a bit. Which one ends first? 2 years? 4 years? 22 years. What? Okay, yeah, 22 years. So we're going after Mercia next. Maybe for Mercia. Okay, maybe not for Mercia. Maybe for Cheshire or Derby. Any of those Lancashire counties. Let's just raise some of these guys. Otherwise, we need to just build county control in our provinces, which we are doing. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, why are we stopping at these three? Maybe we could go for Gwynedd, but we're trying to form the High Chieftain of the North Sea. Let's just head to either Denmark or Norway. These guys are only duchies at the moment. We can possibly claim a duchy title. 13 years? Yeah, let's... Is anyone better than you? Nope. Let's get you to claim a possible duchy in Jutland. Where's the capital? Here. Let's continue down the prestige path. Let's go with inspiring rule. And hopefully we will be able to get to August where we get +2 diplomacy, +1 martial, and +1 prestige per month. It looks like Jutland is going to take Sjælland, I think that's how you pronounce them, before we fabricate a claim on them. And we aren't guaranteed that this is going to be a duchy claim either, so we're going to be fighting Denmark for these two duchies. Have I all this time not been dedicating myself to my own personal deity? I think I have, yes. What is wrong with me? Let's dedicate worship to our own personal deity, which is one of the new decisions that you can do in this game. The gods are many and inscrutable, yet I cannot say that there are not some who hold a level of special appeal for me. Were I to dedicate myself openly to express worship of primarily one such deity, I would doubtless draw like-minded souls to my side. Whatever the blessing my patron provides, being with similar Asatuans can only bring me health, wealth, and glory. So you can devote yourself to Odin, which would mean that you gain extra intrigue and dread, piety per dread, sorry. Ulir, where you would get more martial and movement speed in provinces affected by winter, and an advantage in provinces affected by winter. Thor, who will give you more stewardship as well as prowess. Freya, who would give you, I believe it's more fertility, yet more fertility and more control growth. Control growth would be nice, but it is only 0.1. So, I think I'm going to focus on Thor for the stewardship. And it looks like it's done nothing to my domain limit, so that might have been a waste of time. That was what I was hoping for. And Yeland has now united Denmark under one banner. They're at war and they're losing it, apparently. But hopefully they don't create the Kingdom of Denmark anytime soon. Right, I'm going to go for... I would love to go for this. Yeah, prestige and fame from battles plus 100%. I'm going for Sea Wolves. And then, hopefully when I can raid again, armor loot capacity would be nice. And max size of heavy infantry regiments, which again would also be really nice. Especially since we've got some heavy infantry already. There you go, only a matter of days now. Am I going to get a claim on the duchy? Can I afford a claim on the duchy? Oh, my air died. Okay, that's an issue. Let me tend to that very quick. Nope, it is only going to be for the Chieftain. Let's try that again. They're going to form the Kingdom of Denmark. 100%. Wait, are we in 879? And Ethelred still isn't dead? This is the original Ethelred. Like, Alfred's here. What? Well, at least at this point we've lost our truce with Mercia, so... Cheshire? Comes a papa. And looks like Montague has taken all of East Francia. Really, the Vikings are taking over Europe now. There we go, we're finally illustrious. We can invade for an entire duchy now. Okay, we've finally taken Chester, but it looks like England took the rest of East Anglia, which is troubling. And they're also allied to Alba, also troubling. I think Gwyned's going to be my next target because I still don't quite have a claim on Yeland. So... and I just want to take this part right here. Means going to war against Mercia again, but Mercia's weak. They're not going to do anything. Right, not only do I still not have a claim against Yeland, but they're stronger than me. And they have an ally in Lubeck, who's formidable. Not on their own, but as an ally. That's enough. So I really need to build my troops back up. I'm also just going to test to see whether I can actually raid again. Let's get a hunting trophy. There we go, so 17 there. Can I raid? I'm at war, so I can't. Always raid your enemies before you go to war against them. Honestly, it does the world of good. It looks like I can actually... I can declare war for an entire duchy here. I could also invade Kingdom, but I can't do that until I'm exalted among men, is it? Yeah, exalted among men. Who is this? This is Vilkin. Well, I'm going to get rid of them at some point anyway. First off, let's change you back to converting everyone to... Oh, you've not converted anyone to Asatru. 25 years! Oh my god. Right, well, let's leave you with that. Let's invade Yeland for Schleswig. Oh, actually, they're stronger than me. I need to remember that they're stronger than me. Let's invade you. I would only get 2 counties out of that. Upland. I'm already at war against them, so I can't declare a war. Alright, let's go for some of these one province miners here. These seem like the easiest one. They're part of Norway, aren't they? Yes, they are. So are these. Are they? Yeah, they're part of Norway too. Are they all different? That's part of Norway. That's an issue. Or Iceland. Yeah, let's get Iceland out the way. Look, it looks like Iceland's been broken down into 4 parts now, because I think before it was just 2. Osterland and Vesterland. So now we've got Sudland and Nordland. So, Eastland, Southland, Westland, Northland. Okay. There it goes, and that one. Got all of those. All now part of the Danelaw. I didn't check to see how much money they made, and are they feudal? I don't think, no, they're not. Let's get rid of all these. Let's just declare war on, just name her, something random. Declare war on these guys. 1,399, yeah, way weaker than me. Remember, you will get about, what, 10% of your vassal's levies, so he'll become, will appoint a vassal there. Let me just check how much money that province earns. Not a lot, because it's already been raided, or recently looted, so not a lot. We're not going to want that ourselves. Raise all. Let's go across the sea. There we go. Just need to get these guys out the way. I don't want any nasty surprises on us, because these guys are pretty strong now. And they have an ally who's also pretty damn strong. Where are they going? Right, I'm not going to risk troops there. So let's crack on besieging this. If I see any more enemies, then that I think I can take. I'll take them. Might call these guys into the war as well. And possibly also Bohemia. I've got Bohemia as an ally. Call to war. This one. They're on their way back. Will I be able to catch them if they cross over? I don't know where they've gone. They just disappeared. And it looks like they split? Did they split? No, they're still here. Yeah, they did split. So hopefully this will be a lot easier. This is an entire duchy now. It is an entire duchy that I could have taken. Yeah, these guys aren't strong at all. And they're the only ones in this war? Oh, no, they've got them and them. Oh, Sigurd Snake in the Eye. Who became independent? Oh, maybe I can take these guys on after all. With Sweden and Bohemia's help. Oh, look. Yep, we're winning that. Enforce demands. Boom. Let's just move these back over here. I'm gonna have to give that land away. I'm at war. Oh, they were at war for it as well. Can I just white peace? Nope. Okay, let's end this war. Oh, they have properly split up. So Jutland it is. Then Slesvig, then Sjælland, Skåne. Let's take this back. Are they coming towards us? They are stronger than us. Definitely. Move them back. Oh god. Yep, end it, end it. Disband. Whew. Raise a runestone. I can hold a grand blot, but I'm not going to at the moment because I can't. Don't think I can afford it really. Let's just get our levies back. Our troops back.